Howdy everybody. I wanted to make a video just sort of showing off what about 3 hours of weeding has done in my food forest. I don't normally weed at all. I just try to smother things in mulch, and if that doesn't work I add more mulch. But blueberry and Shapova pear. I just wanted to show you guys what a few hours of weeding looks like, and I mostly focused on what I would call islands. It's what David the Good calls islands, just the space around individual trees. You know, here I've got a cherry tree, and I cleared out that island, cleared out over there, heading to another cherry tree. Didn't need to do a whole lot there because I had done it recently. Honeyberry, did a whole lot here around that strawberry, did a whole lot around the back. And to make this easier, I just run a hose and carry it with me and let it soak the area in front of me. Here I did a whole lot more, whole lot in this little bitty section. Hopefully it helps out the strawberries here because they've been fighting the grass for so long. But yeah, I run the hose in front of me and flood the area. So stuff that normally I couldn't pull up, if I can just get it to budge, the water just floods under it and starts loosening up and lubricating the roots out. Little patch here I did, and then I just absolutely soaked this area. Started working around here, worked some back there by that other honeyberry, worked around my lavender a whole bunch. You might be wondering why there's so many weeds left up. I'm mostly targeting grass right now. Grass like this, it just eats up a whole bunch of nitrogen, doesn't do a whole lot for me. It gets too tall, it shades out my more useful plants. I try to take it out. But like that, I believe that's either chicory or wild lettuce. I'm going with wild lettuce right now because it tends to bleed cloudy. But it's a deep tap-rooted nutrient accumulator. I've weeded a couple today that had a root over a foot deep before it snapped off. So it's pulling up a lot of nutrients from down deep and bringing them up. So I'm not terribly worried about killing it all off. Bunch more grass all along here. Again, just kept flooding the space in front of me. Makes it a whole lot easier. Nope, I almost missed a huge section I did there. Sorry if I moved too quick. I almost fell. This area is really bad, as you can see, but I got through a ton of it, and of course I just throw it all right back on the ground as mulch. Got sweet woodruff, bee balm, teeny tiny little honeyberry. Up there I've got garlic. All that was just tall grass, and I gotta do the outer edge next, but it's at least a start to get some sunlight down in there. And then right here, it doesn't look like I did a lot, but just soaked in front of me and tore away all I could. Had to be delicate here because there's actually some asparagus planted around here that's just barely come up, so I can't be too reckless. I believe it's somewhere in this general area. If I really look for it, it'll be down here. I don't know. I don't want to disturb it too much by digging it. But yeah, there's an asparagus down here somewhere. Just had to work around it the whole time. There's another one in there somewhere. And another honeyberry. There's a apple that's been chewed down several times. I need to get a tree shield on it now that it's sprung back up tall enough. This is the tallest I've got it so far. It's a purple passion apple from St. Lawrence Nursery. So I got that at least weeded enough that some sunlight can get through. I should probably pull up that honeyberry and move it somewhere else further out. And last but not least, came in here, just worked around everything, pulled up as much as I could of the grass. There's either Dutchman's breeches or squirrel corn. I bought a bulk amount of bulbs on Etsy and just kind of threw them all over the place in the food forest and out in the woods just to reintroduce some native species that aren't around very much. And right here, it's an ornamental variety of yarrow, but it still has medicinal uses just like regular yarrow. So I weeded around it. It's planted here as a grave marker for one of our cats that's passed away. We don't really do the whole stone thing like some people do. We like to let it be something alive, something that moves and is part of nature. Already got a good amount done around this before. You can see the chunks around it all the way back there. So hopefully that was at least somewhat interesting, gave you an idea of what you can get done in just a few hours spree of work. If you're not a big fan of weeding like me and you just randomly wanted to get started and get to work on it. So hopefully this inspires somebody to go out, get out in their garden, get some work done. Hope everybody's had a great day. See you in the next video, everybody.